done? Is it all ready? All right, move aside, everybody. Move aside, please. I gotta go.
I've fallen, and I can't get up.
Come on, Deb, you're even bumming me out now, okay? Your attitude just sucks.
I just want everything to go back to the way it was. What the is this?
South Park has, for what seems like forever, been hailed as a pretty innovative satirical cartoon that tackled and made fun of controversial and polarising subjects while delivering social commentary all at the same time. To a point where people on the internet with weird sock guy things for profile pictures are making 10-minute videos on them. The show pushes the boundaries of both comedy and what topics are acceptable to make jokes about. However, more recently, many fans and critics alike have highlighted a decline in the show's content and overall quality. Now, is that the case? Has the show actually fallen off? In this video, I'm going to look into this and try to have just a little giggle along the way. South Park originally debuted in 1997 on Comedy Central and garnered a large fan base pretty quickly. It immediately became one of the most popular shows on cable television, averaging between 3 to 5 million viewers an episode. The show would keep expanding and developing throughout the late 1990s and into the early 2000s. As you can probably imagine, for a show that started in 1997 and is still going to this day, South Park has gained a loyal and invested fan base which can sometimes be a blessing and a curse at the same time. You have an active fan base to consume your content, which is amazing, but if you try and switch up the formula just a little bit, you might also already have a large group of people who don't like or even hate your new direction. The show's humour and style has always been unique, and the way that they've been able to tackle both mainstream and societal issues has always been a strong suit of the show, often being able to dish jabs out to everyone equally. It had an ability to dissect and make light of current events, pop culture and controversies while presenting them in a thought-provoking and funny way. The show would always take a shot at someone, and then while everyone else was laughing at them, they'd also catch a right hook as well. This obviously wasn't always the case, but I often thought they distributed jests evenly and pretty well. However, according to some fans, in recent seasons the show's commentary has become increasingly shallow, one-sided and repetitive. Rather than offering a nuanced and balanced perspective, South Park now can tend to rely on easy jokes and shock value. They seem to be replacing in-depth substance with cheap laughs and gags. This has resulted in both newer and older fans alike noticing the shift and fade of the overall satirical impact and appeal of South Park. This is probably a good time to intersect and say, all of these views and opinions I'm referencing aren't from some random news article or made up entirely to fit my video. I've used forums and comments made on my own videos for opinions and views. South Park was and is still known for its funny and lovable yet flawed characters. They displayed growth and development over the years and would often be the conduit for deep and emotional messages. However, another argument I've seen is that fresh character development has taken a step backwards and now relies on stereotypes and one-dimensional portrayals. And when the show does develop one character immensely, it turns into a nightmare that I often see when I close my eyes and I can't sleep. I'm of course talking about the show's infatuation with Randy and Integrity Farms. I fucking hate you. In 2018, South Park would expand and explore Randy and his new farm. 2018, 5 years ago. They started it as another Randy being a lovable idiot arc, and initially, don't get me wrong, it was great. It had some funny moments with the family, Towley, and even vapes, but it seemed to last for an eternity. A show that has both quick and funny storylines, and then much longer, more in-depth stories, Integrity Farms just seemed to just go on forever and haunted me when I closed my eyes at night. If you liked it, that's great, but it would seem like the major consensus is that it did drag on a bit and even led to some fans leaving the show entirely. Although that may be down to the serialization of the show in place of episodic storytelling, as I know that's also had some mixed reactions.
Give me the chicken. Give me some chicken. What are you doing? I want chicken. Give me some goddamn chicken.
I am not going to acknowledge the child's attempt at aggressive, dominant behavior.
God damn it, I am not a dog! Give me a chicken. Give me a chicken. I want the chicken. Chicken. Give me a chicken. Give me a chicken. Give me a chicken. Give me a chicken. You can't do that to me. God damn it.
He's been compared to Elvis Costello, but I think Huey has a far more bitter, cynical sense of humor.
Another really common annoyance I've seen towards South Park is that they pull punches nowadays, and that they've conformed to the modern societal restraints. And while they probably have to evolve and adapt with the times, they still speak out and talk about controversial and sensitive subjects a lot. There's not many shows that talk about current events and issues actively, and South Park is most definitely one of them. They have censored and pulled episodes in the past, and that is a shame for fans, a lot of whom often argue why can they absolutely shit on one thing but can't even mention another. But things can be bigger than the show, and things such as death threats and fear for safety are not worth risking for a joke, no matter how stupid. Although the argument of if everyone did that we'd have no entertainment left, I guess is valid.
The president out of here, it's just a matter of how we do it. I know you all want to get rid of him.
That's not true. The whites still support the president. Oh, for sake, White. He's running around eating our pets and terrorizing our kids. You think Hillary would have been any better? Oh, come on, sit down, Bob. I'm just saying.
Fox News. They'll listen to me. They'll get my side of the story right.
The final point in this video is one of the most common things I've seen mentioned and is a key fundamental of the show's narrative. South Park has always provided social commentary and spoken out on topics no matter how polarising and tumultuous the subject is. They've often done so with an even-handed approach and with an anyone can get it mindset. But being fundamental to the show's success, South Park can find itself trapped by its own formula. To keep things relevant and in the latest topic cycle, South Park can sometimes offer superficial analysis with surface level humour for complex issues and topics, turning what was once intelligent and interesting satire into cheap and easy jokes. The amount of comments I've seen saying things like this on my own videos was interesting to say the least. It came from fans, neutrals and even haters of the show. ChatGPT says, South Park's declining quality is a disheartening realisation for long-time fans who once revered the show as a comedic masterpiece. The shift towards shallow social commentary, stagnant character development, and a lack of freshness and innovation has resulted in the dilution of the show's once powerful satire. Now I maybe wouldn't go that far, but if our future robot overlord with no emotion or opinion, apparently, has this to say, then something's definitely changed. According to highly reputable sources IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes, so take this with a massive cup of salt, graphs for ratings would suggest that the show has dropped slightly into a safer and more mediocre territory. The viewership numbers are nearly impossible to track as you can watch South Park everywhere nowadays, or you could at some point in time, so who knows exactly. I guess in the end, I personally think that South Park is still great and has a place in today's world indefinitely. Whether the show's evolution over time has seen it decline is down to each individual. Statistically, via some questionable ratings, yes it has. But if you enjoy the show, don't let some neek on the internet or some shitty rating site deter you from watching the show. My personal favourite seasons were from the 2010-ish era, so I guess by definition I would say the show has slightly fallen off, but that's probably just my nostalgia talking. What did you think? Did I miss anything? Leave a comment letting me know. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you have a great week, and remember, if you're going through some shit, nothing bad lasts forever, and nothing really matters, so just be happy. Well, in a bit.
You can't do that to me! God damn it!
He's been compared to Elvis Costello, but I think Huey has a far more bitter, cynical sense of humor.